Hi. So I think um, I should be good for to be recording this right now. Um, anyway, so hello. I'm going to be doing questions 8 and 10 from LSAT Prep Test 75, Section 1. So this is game 2 from Prep Test 75, and I'm doing 2 of the questions from this game. So I'll set it up and then I'll do the questions. Jasper is with me. That's my parrot. So if you do hear him, he will be making occasional noises, but if he gets a little bit too demanding, then I will pause and yeah, it's almost his bedtime. So I'm hoping he'll be chill, but he might also get a little bit upset if I don't put him to bed on time. Okay. Anyway, so here's our scenario. A landscaper will plant exactly 7 trees today. So that tells me a couple of things. One, I have 7 players, but also all of them are going to be planted. Okay, so all of them are going to be used in this game. All right, so where is I want annotation. There we go. All right, so I'm going to just write out my players here. If I do need to write them out individually, I can do that as well. And then they will they will be planted on exactly one of 3 lots. So we have lot 1, lot 2, and lot 3. Okay. There's the chicken flying over my head. Okay. The trees planted in one lot are hickory, oak, and exactly one other tree. Okay, so rule 1 says we've got hickory, oak, plus 1 in one lot. Maple isn't in the same lot as walnut, so no maple and walnut. We could also maybe do if maple, walnut, no maple. That might be better actually. Okay, and I'm going to change this and then move it over here. Okay, and then we'll keep going. All right, so got the first 2 rules. Then we have either larch or walnut, not both, is in lot 1. Okay, so lot 1, larch, walnut, not both. Lot 2, we have maple or oak, not both. Okay, and then lot 3 has more than lot 1 rather. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much what we would have for the rules. We don't really need to worry about making too many deductions quite yet. I mean, there are definitely some deductions that we can make from this, but for now, we'll just kind of keep it to the side here. So if hickory is planted on lot 2, all right, so lot 2 has hickory. Well, hickory has to be with oak, right? So we've got hickory oak plus 1. And since we have oak, we don't have maple. Okay. All right. So we've got 3 of our 7 on lot 2. So it has 3, 7. So because lot 3 has to have more than lot 1, we're going to end up with a little bit of an issue there potentially. So that means we have 4 players left, right? We can't split them up evenly. We know lot 1 has to have at least one player. So that means we're going to have 1 of 7 here and the remaining ones in lot 3. Okay. So a key thing is maple has to be either in lot 1 or lot 3, but because it can't be in lot 2. But we can't have maple in lot 1 because lot 1 is either L or W. So for sure, maple has to be in lot 3. So that is the correct answer, B. B has to be planted in lot 3. Okay. So that one is like a numbers issue, is what makes that one a bit more challenging, is noticing, oh, we've got 3 players in lot 2. What does that leave me for lot 1 and 3? Because lot 3 has to have more than lot 1. All right. So the correct answer there should be maple. Show the answer. There we go. All right. Okay. Now I'm going to just remove the information in here that was specific to question 8. Okay, so this was a rule, so I don't need to remove that, but this was specific to question 8, as was the 3 of 7 in lot 2, the HO plus 1, no M in lot 2, and the 3 of 7 here, and M. Okay, so we're back to the beginning with all of that. Let's go to question 10. All right, if walnut is in lot 3. Okay, so we've got W, which means that we do not have W in lot 1. So we definitely have L in lot 1. Since we have W here, we can't have M. Okay, so M is, potentially in lot 2, potentially in lot 1. HO plus 1, we're not going to be able to make that work in lot 1, right? We can't have 3 in lot 1 because we only have 4 left over. So 2 is the most, like the highest number that we could actually have in lot 1. So that's kind of interesting. So we could have HO plus something here. Ooh, actually, we couldn't do that. There's a kind of complicated reason why, but it goes back to the numbers issue. So if we have 3 in lot 2, then we would have to have 3 in lot 3. So if we have HO plus something in lot 2, we can't have M there. And then M would have to be in lot 1. Then lot 1 would have 2 players, and lot 3 would have to have 3 players. That's already 5 players. Like it just, we don't have enough players to make that work. Yeah. So because of that, if we have, so if we have 3 in lot 2, it's not going to work with, so basically O can't be in lot 2 at this point. It has to be M, which means O has to be in lot 3. So we have to have HOW in lot 3. And then we have to have M in lot 2, L in lot 1. The remaining players, S and P, are really like logically equivalent to one another. So that's something to keep in mind as well, right? S and P, they're both wild. There are no rules about either of them. So they are logically equivalent to one another. So D and E are like identical. So they are both wrong because they can't both be right. So even before understanding why specifically we can't have plum in lot 3 or sycamore in lot 3, knowing that those 2 answer choices are Oh, okay. I think he wants to go to bed. Um, knowing that those two are essentially the same answer logically, right? We can actually remove both of them. So I'll do that. Remove these guys. Okay. I know large has to be in lot 1, right? We already figured that out because W is in lot 3, so large can't be in lot 2. Can hickory be in lot 2? That's really what I was talking about there, was can we have HO plus 1 in lot 2? And we can't, because it would mess with our distribution, because M then would only be able to be in lot 1. And yeah, we wouldn't be able to complete the scenario and have lot 3 contain more than lot 1. So B is also out. So sycamore in lot 1 is possible. And I'll just demonstrate how that would work. Okay, so lot 1, so that means there needs to be 3 in lot 3. Can have HOW, right? Here we would have M, and we could have P here as well, and that would be fine. Okay, so that's an example showing an acceptable scenario where walnut is in lot 3 and sycamore is in lot 1. All right, so hopefully that helps. I do think like the reasoning behind B not being correct here is definitely the trickiest part of this particular question. Although noticing that plum and sycamore are logically equivalent and therefore D and E can both be eliminated, that's potentially like a deeper, trickier sort of deduction to make. So yeah, I mean, overall, probably a tougher question in this section, but yeah, doable. And hopefully, hopefully my explanation did help. I know I was a little bit scattered, and I certainly did a lot of it just as I was speaking, rather than having a lot of visual cues about what was going on and what the consequences would be. So I know that's not always the easiest to follow. Also, I have this bird crying. Hi, sweetheart. Okay, let's go to bed.